Hello.
Welcome to Relanthiel Greenhouses. Is there something I can help you with? I work for the House of Reveries. I'm in charge of the troops' food. And Erenway over there grows flowers for the productions. Quite a lovely job, truth be told. Grand Maestro Forte is a lovely mer to work for. Oh, no. I happen to have terrible stage fright. Most of Relanthiel is affiliated with the House of Reveries in some way or another. But only performers get to join the troupe. That and their stagehands, of course.
Greetings.
I love the smell of a freshly picked flower. Hey! I'm all ears. Anything for you. I don't know the first thing about wine, but the second I'm feeling flirty, I pretend to have an encyclopedic knowledge. I just can't stop myself from digging a wine barrel-sized hole every time.
Relanthiel has performances, plays, even a bathhouse. The House of Reverie certainly has provided every comfort for their patrons.
What do you want?
love the sound of free gold. Please be a challenge. Please be a challenge. Done. But don't let your guard down. You're not bad with a lockpick.
Thank you for heeding my call, newcomer. I don't suppose your passage to Somerset brought you past Weston Coraldale? My father, Curteros, runs a boat in an angler fleet. They're long overdue, and while his stride tends to be a leisurely one, I've never seen the whole fleet gone for so long. I'm probably over-concerned. The weather's been fair and the wind's mild. Perhaps their fishing has been so fruitful they dare not waste their good fortune. But I'd feel better if I knew what to make of their delay. The fleet set off west. Weston Coraldale is an island engulfed by coral reefs, but you can reach it safely in that sailboat. I'd go with you, but I'm afraid I don't share my father's comfort with open water. Not especially. I've never been myself, but father's only remarked about the occasional ornery coral crab or hungry salamander. The reefs are the only real hazard, but only to a ship of considerable size and flimsy make. Oh, there's not much to tell. He's plied the sea for its bounty for as long as I can recall, and that's some time, mind you. We eat well, and he makes a fair bit of coin with his best catches, but sometimes I wish he'd keep a bit more lively. Not since I was very young. My father took me fishing once, showed me how to bait a hook, coax a bite, and work the line until the catch tires out. It wasn't meant to be an eventful trip, but it turned out that way. Father dozed off, so I continued to apply what I'd learnt without him. Soon enough, I'd hooked my first catch. Or rather, it hooked me. Yanked me clear off the boat and into the deep. I was too shocked to let go of the rod, nearly drowned. Yes, fished me out of the drink, quite literally. He still calls me his prized catch. It's funnier when you're not coughing up seawater.
Let's do this again sometime. Hey, you asked for this. Bet there's more nearby. Oh, cute. You think you'll win? Aw, sorry, little guy. Save me! Fighters with armor. Nasty little things. I swear I could hear it speaking.
Well, who's there? Quiet down, you'll spook the fish. Never seen you before? Guess no one told you that this is my spot. Been my spot nearly a century. And it'll be my spot a century more, God's willing. So don't go getting any ideas. Plenty of space down the coast. So, off with you now. Huh, fancy that. I told Hiranessa for years those sea elves would mount an invasion from Waston Coraldale. Figures they'd launch it while I was having a nap. Well, come along then. Best send them off before they hook all the best catches. Of course. Any Royal Marine of the Queen's Navy worth their salt would. Might have traded my saber for a fishing rod, but I've still got my sea legs, and I'm still as sharp as the day I mustered. The others I sail with are civilians, though. Aye. Even if they caught a glimpse of a sea elf cutter before it reached Waston Coraldale, there's no chance a fishing boat would have outrun it. If anyone from the fleet's still alive out there, it's our duty to help them. Best we split up. Unless my creaking knees give me away, I ought to be able to handle some scouting while you're searching for survivors. We'll rendezvous at the old lover's tree near the reef on the eastern shore. My friends will know the one. 3 aside from myself: Imdolina, Aldoterel, and Carterel. Not much of a fleet when you compare it to the Royal Armada, but we're the scourge of anything with guilds. Hope you find them safe and sound. Too quiet. If one of them had reached the mainland, the Royal Navy would have sent ships to intercept these sea elves by now. No one knows they're here except us. Enemy movement. Numbers, positions, assess our situation. I hope to have a plan by the time you've finished your search. Unless I'm caught. Won't be much use to the sea elves as a prisoner, but I'll black an eye or two before I greet my maker. Tell her my children are grown and my wants are few. But I cannot say the same for my friends. I've had a good life. I don't mind trading what's left of it, so others might have the same.
Sacred Ascendants, take me home. I thought you were a sea elf. One moment I was just dipping my toes in the shallows having a pleasant day. The next there's a murderous corsair or hungry reef viper around every corner. We're trapped. He's alive. At his age, I'd have thought he'd be the first to fall prey to those sea elves. Should have given the stubborn old salt more credit. I'll make my way to him. Better than waiting to die out here. Thank you.
Thanks. I needed a stretch. Let's show them what we've got.
Stranger, don't anger the salamanders. They're the only thing keeping those sea elves from wandering too close. What are you doing out here? I've never seen you before. You're sure we're talking about the same Kurtaros? The one I know is more likely to be mistaken for dead and sleep right through this whole mess.
All this crouching is damnation on my back. But I've seen everything I need to know what the enemy's up to. How fares the search? Any sign of Carterell? Never do when it comes to these sea elves. They rob us of more than a few good souls before all is said and done here. They're digging in, placing ballistae along the shore. When the Royal Navy finally does mount an attack, they'll be taking fire from Maormer on both land and sea. It'll be a bloodbath, unless some misfortune befalls their plans. Catch my drift? I'm not suggesting we repel the whole invasion, but I do know my way around a ballista. If we turn one toward their own ships and cause enough of a stir, we can draw on a friendly patrol and catch the sea elves out of their element. I'll get into position and await your attack. Then we'll give those sea snakes a good spearing while these two make for your vessel. You do have a vessel, don't you? All right, you two go prepare the boat our friend brought. We'll provide a distraction. Trinamac's wrath be with us.
This shouldn't take long.
Seals. Fond of winged snakes and soggy chests. Noted. Fleshy, thick-thumbed biped. Hello. You're an elf, right? Or is it a man? I'm sorry. I have some difficulty telling you people apart. You're much less blue than the others. In color, I mean, not disposition. Anyway, what can I do for you? Josiah. Wait, you're talking about that jittery mage I tricked into freeing me, right? Oh, she's a delight. I had hoped for a longer holiday. Can only manage a leap like this once a century, after all. Ah, well. I'm actually quite comfortable here, mate. Cozy accommodations, the transliminal tones of the ocean waves, gangly meat brains to mock. But I guess I should be going. These elves plan to sell me. Can you imagine? I'll help you. On one condition. When we're done sewing up these chronosymphonic when we're done sewing up these time breaches, you'll let me wander the Mundus in peace. No more dim-witted Sijiks peppering me with questions, no more dusty shells. We have a deal? Right. So, should we get going, or...? Of course you do. Everyone asks questions, and I have all the answers. Fair warning, be specific. I'm bound to tell the truth, but the truth can be a little slippery. You know what I mean? I am one of the unfortunate quirks of the Sijic binding ritual that brought me here. I'm free to lie as much as I like, unless you, or anyone else for that matter, ask me a direct question. Cheap trick if you ask me. They did, a bit. I'm certain I could break out if I really put my mind to it. I don't blame them, honestly. If I was in their position, bobbing along like a little lost acorn in an ocean of knowledge, I'd want to trap me too. I guess, but instantaneous translocation's not like a Sundas stroll. The veil here in Mundus is all thick and sticky, you know? Like I said before, I think I'm grounded for the foreseeable future. I will. I am. I had no idea you were so funny. We're gonna have a really good time, you and I. Yes, in answer to your direct question, I do know a lot, and by a lot, I mean basically everything. Well, an augur of the obvious wouldn't be very useful, would it? For what it's worth, I lobbied for something way more impressive. The resplendent skull of hexagonal wonders! It was forcefully vetoed. No counting for taste, I guess. Of course I do. Everything has a name. Names give a thing its shape. Birds, snowflakes, tea kettles. You get the idea. I'd tell you mine, but you'd need about 6 more tongues and a pair of symbols to pronounce it correctly, so let's not bother. Fair enough. So, where to? I assume you've got a map or something? So, you know where we're going now, right? Good. You take me to a time breach, and I'll help you spot it. Huh. This bag's a bit snug, eh?
Something really fun? I was just getting started.
Hold them off while I spear that cutter. They're scattering like minnows. Keep on the offensive. They didn't call me the scourge of the sea drakes for nothing. That'll do. Fall back and get to the boat.
didn't realize you were an artisan.
Captain coming aboard. Boats prepped and ready.
Father! You had me so worried. What happened? Where's your boat?
None of that now, my nervous cup. I'll tell you all about it. But first, there's one more thing we need to see to. Come, friends. It's time we commit our memories to the drink.
He washes up here after being gone for weeks, his boat nowhere in sight, and he acts like it's just another day on the sea. Was everything all right? Did he cause you any trouble? Oh, he put you up to that, didn't he? Papa always loves to embellish his journeys. Whatever the truth is, I'm just glad you brought him home safe. If all newcomers are so kind, Somerset will be fortunate to have you. He's not fooling me. I can tell something happened. Father's putting on a brave face, like he used to whenever I'd ask him about his younger days. He'd smile and deflect the question, but I could see a sadness in his eyes he couldn't hide. His secret. The fanciful story of meeting my mother, a myth about how the moon and stars winked on the day of my birth, and tall tales about his fishing voyages. Before that, not a word. Not once. I don't think I'll ever get the truth out of him. You're serious? So what you said about the sea elves attacking, it was all true? What's he hiding? Was he a pirate? I always wondered if he didn't talk about it because he was ashamed. Why would he hide that? I'm sorry, I have so many questions and it's not you who has the answers. I'll leave my father to the company of his friends for now, but when he's ready to come home, he can't leave his other life behind this time. Oh, yes. She and Carterell have been together for years. She used to look after me when I was younger, while Father and the others were off at sea. She's a good friend. I imagine she'll be with Father and the others, waiting to see Carterell when she arrives. He and his mates have a tradition of celebrating their safe return. They're partial to a small batch brewer on the south side of Alinor, by the craft masons. They'll probably be there all night.
flowers make me so nostalgic. We showed them. Think they got what it takes?
Each of us take your will, mortal fools!
You've got more than that in you. I know it.
This island, this world, it shall all be ours!
Oh, I got sand in my mouth. Be sure to check for hidden compartments.
Reach nearby. No way you're so intent on stealing them. Linear time is so overrated. Just imagine, you could die before you were even born. Wait, that's horrifying, isn't it? I'm sorry. Never mind.
Think they got what it takes?
thought I'd see you again. You probably don't remember me. Tyrwin. You freed me from those Telvanni slave drivers in Vardenfell. And it wasn't too hard to give that idiot Lonus and his mother the slip. Not that they didn't try, but I couldn't have done it without those papers you stole. It's so good to be back on my home soil, even if I hardly recognize it. I was a slave for a very long time before Lonus was even born. But it's not the Isles themselves that have changed so much as the people. I would have never imagined seeing people from all over Tamriel walking the streets of Alinor. No, I kind of like it. Gives me hope. There's a lot of tension in the air, though. The growing pains will be long felt, I think. Turns out, all those years searching for red star shells made me a fair hand at plying the waters for bounty. And Somerset has no shortage of shores. I make a good living hunting pearls, rare shells, and the like.
That should come in handy. Giddy up.
You saved the Queen. Stars keep you safe, traveler.
Greetings.
Greetings!
I sell only the finest things for the finest combatants.
It has been said that you have some skill with sword. Or was it spell? It matters not. The battlegrounds are unlike any other playing field. You need actual skill to dominate these games.
Heading to the battlegrounds, I have just the thing for you.
Yes?
Your performance on the field deserves reward. My furniture can make sure your home is as impressive as you.
Even a grizzled warrior such as yourself deserves a nice home to return to.
I do not mean to cause offense, but your time would be better spent honing your skills for the battlegrounds than speaking to me.
What do you want? Good to see you.
This is where clothes come from?
Familiar face.
Bet there's a great tavern around here.
You will challenge me to a duel? How droll. But then how can we have a proper contest? You don't even know the Ultima code of dueling, do you? Learn the rules and challenge me properly. Then I'll teach you some manners.
Hey, stranger. Been wondering where you got off to. It's good to see you again. Sorry if I'm a little on edge. That elf Lyrindel just dumped a barrel of insults on my head. Mark me, I'm going to knock that loose tongue right out of his mouth. Because I'm not an idiot. Guards see an orc thumping the ears off an elf in the middle of the street. You know how that turns out. Thought if I challenged him to a duel, we could make it legal. But he won't fight unless I challenge him properly. How in oblivion would I know? These elves have rules for everything. How to eat, how to sleep. Of course they've got rules about how to beat each other up. Say, you wouldn't be interested in helping me figure this out, would you? I appreciate the help. Trust me, this is a noble cause. First things first, you'll need to track Lyrindel down and find out how to get this nonsense started. I'd ask him myself, but the urge to punch him might be too much for me. Ah, you know how it is. orc in a town full of stuck-up Altmer. Same old story. I was in the tavern, washing down a lamb shank with a bottle of wine, minding my own business. Then along comes this beanpole telling me I've got to leave. Why do you think? This island's full of orc haters. Only thing they hate worse than orcs walking the streets is orcs drinking their wine. Lyrindel told me I was stinking up the place, so I told him to yank the stick out of his arse and shove off. He laid into me with everything he had. Tongue-lashing me about my tusks, my clothes, my beard. And that's the one that really got my dander up. I put a lot of work into this beard. He ended the whole thing with pig face. Pig face! Damn right! I've been on the receiving end of that one too many times. So now he's going to learn a lesson. Are you kidding me? I could clobber that arseface blindfolded. I'm not one for boast, but since you asked, I'm a 5-time blood-brawling champion. In the Rothgar League, mind you. Used to call me Rogazog the Face Demolisher. Yeah, because I, demolish faces. Doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? I always wanted a really sharp moniker, like the Hatchet or Fist of Malakath, or something like that. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, that elf's in big trouble. I've been asking myself the same thing ever since I stepped off the boat. Thought maybe I'd have a look around, take in the sights. My Aunt Lazbesh used to tell me stories about this place, see? Tales about glass trees and crystal towers and magic ale. Yeah, it's supposed to put your arse over flagging with a single sip. No self-respecting orc would pass up a challenge like that. Unfortunately, I haven't found any magic drinks. Just fancy wine and prissy elves. I don't know why I listened to my aunt. When I was a pup, she got her head stuck in a bucket. Couldn't get it off for a night and a day. So, yeah, Smart Gold says she was making it up. Then again, I'm here on her advice, so who's a real idiot?
You, over here.
Alinor is just full of pockets ripe for the picking. Need to offload some items.
Keep a watch out for any divine prosecution. Once they get a whiff of something, nothing stops those hounds.
I understand. If you change your mind, I'll be here.
What do you want?
It's not easy to make an improper living on this island. The High Elves are already suspicious of everyone. Better make sure you're prepared for anything.
I came to Somerset with many hopes, none which involved selling goods with an outlaw's refuge, mind you.
Newcomers make for some of the easiest marks. It's best to wait by the docks when they're still exhausted from travel. I collected quite a few purses that way.
Ask anyone here. I run a trustworthy business.
Keep an ear out for anything exciting.
Need a place to lie low? Just head into the door behind me.
That bailiff has been counting every board and nail in my crates. I don't know what she's looking for, but she won't find it.
My family has bred horses for generations. You won't find their match anywhere in Somerset.
Doesn't seem like I'm getting much done here.
1,000 pardons, but the battle reeve requires your prompt appearance at the Proxy Queen's court.
Newcomers continue to enter the city in droves. How are we to keep track of them all?
What do you want?
What's it feel like, all that magicka?
Battle Reeve Tanalina requests your presence at the Royal Palace. There is a situation developing and you have come highly recommended, or so we have been led to believe. There are eager ears everywhere, so keep your voice low. The situation involves Sea Slode. The Battle Reeve has been informed that you dispatched one of the foul creatures. I find that implausible, but as a lowly squire, my opinion doesn't matter. I can tell you that the Battle Reeve sent 3 adventurers and a squad of marines to determine the extent of the problem. After an initial report, contact with the group was lost. What the Battle Reeve will ask of you, well, that's for her to impart. The Battle Reeve will receive you in Alinor's royal palace. I do suggest you make all possible haste.
Hello. Familiar face.
Listen, Nebara, and listen well. I run an upscale establishment. Even the proxy queen graces these halls on occasion. I won't turn you away, but you need to be on your best behavior. If you can handle that, then you are welcome here.
Greetings.
Hello.
You might think nobles have everything they could ever want. They don't. That place in between their reach and their grasp, that's where I come in.
Hey, have one with me.
Why, Somerset? Hey, I saw the brass ring and I grabbed it. Once the locals taste my brew, they'll never want to drink anything else. And as for the rest of the arrivers, well, if they're thirsty enough, they'll drink anything.
Please excuse me, but I'm busy at the moment. Studying this enchanting beverage requires my strict attention. The tap hand called it a stout of Orcish origin, I believe. I have no idea why they would name a drink after a short and goodly man, but it's delicious. This is beer? Fascinating. I was under the impression that all beer was fetid swill. I've spent centuries in quiet study, but it seems I still have much more to learn.
Hell.
Greetings.
I came to see how the newcomers are faring with our hospitality. I have not been disappointed by the circus. It's so droll.
Is this on straight?
Hello there.
Hail.
A familiar face.
Your orc friend should be counting his blessings. If this business leads to a real duel, Lyrindel will cut him to ribbons. But of course, you won't listen. Orcs only speak the language of violence. More's the pity.
Fairly met, Nebarah. To what do I owe this profound pleasure? Oh, for Stendar's sake, that business. I won't apologize for speaking the truth. That orc is an uncivilized, gloveless buffoon. I'd sooner duel a frog or a tea kettle. But if he insists on facing me, he'll need to learn our dueling customs. I suggest he read our guide to Altmeri culture. He can read, can't he? There's a copy just there on the table. If he meets the preconditions and notifies my second Fandalol, I promise to duel that filthy Glenant at the determined place and time.
Your orc friend.
We have nothing more to discuss. Give your stumpish friend that book or don't. It makes little difference to me.
Do you see the filth that orc tracked into this carpet? It's like he danced in a sty before stumbling in here.
Hello.
Hail.
What is it?
I'm supposed to be guiding some dignitaries to Wellington Cove, but the fools are late. The last time this happened, they were all hungover. Do you know how hard it is to stalk Springbok when everyone's vomiting?
Back so soon? He blew you off, didn't he? Oh, what I wouldn't give to knock that smug grin off his face. Let me see. Looks like I need a second. An Altmer dueling foil and Lyrendel's full name to recite before the duel. Want to be my second? It'll be worth your time, trust me. I'm going to lay that elf out like a cheap rug. What do you say? You can pick up an elven dueling foil in town. As for Lyrindel's name, he wouldn't shut up about it. Started with Rumelon, I think. It should be chiseled somewhere in the runes of Torheimcard. Arrange the duel with Fandalal and we'll be all set. I'm going to find a good spot near the runes just west of here for our duel. It's the guards, see? Duels are acceptable between high elves, but when an orc's involved, might make them grumpy enough to step in and stop it. And we can't let that happen.
Greetings.
I shall not remain on the streets for long. Be sure of that.
Through his mercy and his might, he stopped the Thracian plague. He knew.
A simple drum and song may seem harmless, but they could be the seeds of civil unrest and moral decay. Be wary.
He called for aid all throughout the land. Oh, Sirabane, oh, Sirabane, ye myrrh of godly faith.
Cloudrest destroyed by shadows. Could it be true? You have the look of a traveler. Tell me, have you heard news of Cloudrest, the city within the mountains of Etonir? My mother is there, and I feel she may be in danger. Bad dreams? A great darkness devouring Cloudrest as it filled the streets. My mother's last letter spoke of the Welkanars capturing the sea-slowed Zamaj just a few days ago. If there's anything powerful enough to destroy a city, it's a slowed. Yes, I'm afraid I do. Could you travel to Cloudrest and seek out my mother, Bellerin? I must warn you, though, should my dreams be true, such a journey may come at great risk. You'll want to gather many allies by your side before heading off. I know a few merchants headed to the city. I'm sure they'd be amenable if you asked for a ride in their cart. And remember, gather as many allies as you can before heading out. If Zamaja has attacked Cloudrest, you'll need the aid. If Cloudrest is known for anything, it's the Welkanars. The fact that they were able to capture something as dangerous as a sea slowed tells you of their might in battle. Especially one as powerful as Zamaja. They're battle mages, all four of them. Some of the greatest warriors on the Isle. Together they watch over all of Somerset. Many call them Griffin Knights, due to their chosen steeds. It's truly a sight seeing them soar above the clouds. I only know what my mother's letter described. Zamaja is known for her shadow magic. She can shape darkness to do her bidding. Way I hear it, the Welkanars had to slay 100 shadow creatures before they were able to capture her. My advice? Find more warriors. If Zamaja has managed to escape, she won't be easy to battle. Even alone, Slodes are notoriously strong magic users. The more seasoned warriors you can join up with, the better chances you have of defeating her.
We don't like trouble here.
A harmonious home is key to happiness. My goods can help you achieve such a goal.
I only deal with clients possessing either fame or notoriety. Luckily, you do qualify, though only just.
Your reputation still has room to grow, of that I'm sure. For now, let's see what I have available for you.
My wares can help you display your modest accomplishments proudly.
This one thinks the High Elves go to too much trouble to accommodate the newcomers. Merakar has lived here all his life and never once received any special treatment. A few beatings, no job opportunities, and squalid housing, yes, but nothing more.
Mastery of 3 crafts is its own reward. Certainly. Please specify. Decades ago, before all the trouble, I was a renowned chef in Cyrodiil. I had engaged an exclusive contract to provide the Mages Guild in their travels, providing food and drink that wouldn't spoil when carried through portals.
Did you hear that someone purged the corruption from the Weird Tree? My family has actually owned this shop for generations. Before the borders were open, most thought me a curiosity. Now I'm just another newcomer.
A merchant told me that Cloudrest has a toad infestation. Oh, I can't imagine anything more horrible. Those slimy creatures give me the shivers.
I see something within you, a glistening jewel ready to be polished, a passion teeming with brilliance, though not yet realized. Tell me, do you wish to be certified in jewelry crafting? A certification will allow you to fulfill jewelry crafting rites. But first, you must demonstrate an understanding of the fundamentals. Create for me a simple ring. Yes, that task will be suitable to show me your craft.
Have mercy.
I've lost hope. so much consternation over the Queen's decree. You'd think she'd sold the island to the Orcs or the Argonians. What with the way everyone is complaining. I say let the visitors come. The more the merrier. What's the harm, right?
De Rado, de Kepa, de Nata. De Rado, de Kepa, de Nata. Kedeko, de Kepa, ta. Kedeko, de Kepa, ta. Kedeko, de Kepa, ta.
Ale.
Ale.
Hello there.
Hello?
If you're trying to impress the High Elves here, you need to look your best.
Fine goods for sale. Glad to see a friendly face. Who knew there'd be so few of us on this island of arrogant high elves? Hey, if you're interested, some of us are getting together for a forest festival out at Archon's Grove. You're more than welcome to join us.
Metal. I love the way it smells, the way it sounds when you pound it with a hammer, the way it feels after it's been shaped and polished. Sorry, I can get kind of emotional about my job. It's a passion, you know?
No matter how hard I try, I can't keep this area clean. It seems like all I ever do is sweep, sweep, sweep. What do you say? Want to take a turn with my trusty broom? No? That's what I figured. So what do you want, by the way?
Today I run a humble alchemy shop, but I have ambitions. I plan one day to take my place among the sages of the Crystal Tower as Sapiarch of the alchemical science. That is my passion and my dream. Now, if old Cenorian would just die already.
I came to Somerset in search of a better life. But all I found was the same old life, just in a different location.
Tell me, traveler, have you ever met a Psijic? Those mysterious arcane monks from the displaced island of Artaeum? Oh, no reason. Just trying to make conversation. If the Divine Prosecution asks, though, I never mention the topic.
You're in the market for leathers, yeah? Here's a tip. Don't bother with this frilly high elf junk. You want sturdy, reliable armor? Buy orc.
You know what that word means? The one the high elves call us. Nebara. It means unwelcome. Clawless bastards! This one loves our nation and this beautiful land. It's the high elf arseholes Nuzen can't stomach. Sorry. How can I help you?
Light as a griffin feather and strong as Trinamac's shield. You won't find better armor in all of Somerset.
These weapons are the best in Somerset. I assure you, no finer blade is made by man or mer.
Yes?
Only the finest wares here.
Greetings.
Hello there.
This one thanks Joan and Jode for bringing me to this land of sparkle syrup and honey pudding. Well, the food and drink is different, but the sentiment is the same. Good things await us all here in Somerset.
Griffin feathers of all things.
As a Justicia of the Divine Prosecution, I request your aid, newcomer. Dangerous entities have appeared throughout Somerset, and as much as it galls me to admit it, we could use the help of skilled adventurers. Are you interested?
Ah, another newcomer. Would you possibly be interested in helping the Divine Prosecution? We need assistance with the sudden abundance of investigations, and you seem perfect for the task. Compensation is generous, of course. What do you say?
Ah, another ephem. Ever since the Queen's decree, I can't take 3 steps without bumping into someone who lacks even a drop of Ultima blood. No offense intended, of course. Shall I presume you're here about the contract work? It's a sad day indeed when the Divine Prosecution requires outside help. But these are tumultuous times. With the army engaged on foreign shores and so many visitors on our island, our resources are stretched thin. Hence the contracts. Each assignment varies in scope, but all assume a certain level of danger. Some can be completed alone, but others will need allies to complete. You'll be asked to dispatch dangerous creatures, investigate suspicious activity. Those sorts of tasks. In accordance with our current regulations, each deputized citizen may accept a single contract from each Justicia every day. You are encouraged, of course, to check back regularly for new assignments. Does this kind of work appeal to you? Very well. I hereby authorize you to execute duties on behalf of the Divine Prosecution. Seek Justiciars, Farewell and Tenorian for your first assignments. They handle the administration of all contracts. Go speak to Farewell and Tenorian. They can set you up with contracts and get you right to work. The Divine Prosecution is a division of the Queen's Thelmore, charged with enforcing secular and religious law through Somerset. We investigate corruption and crime and adjudicate legal disputes. Your assignments will reflect this broad scope. Justicia Tenorian's contracts can be handled by a single agent, while Justicia Farewell's assignments require a group to eradicate the dangerous beasts she cares about. And at some point, talk to Battle Reeve Tannaline about specialized missions.
I've been trying to get a job with a clothier or tailor, but most of the High Elf shop owners want nothing to do with newcomers such as me.
Ah, you again.
I was rather hoping that all the newcomers would induce Anganil to update his menu. Alas, no luck. I'll just have to make do with his old standbys.
Hail.
Before you get too comfortable, I don't serve any of that strange foreign food here. Nothing but traditional Ultima fare prepared in the traditional Ultima fashion. If that suits your needs, then we can do business.
What is it that you desire?
Eyes of polished amber, hair swept like a comet's tail, soul alive with love and joy under pregnant golden sails. My star-eyed bride of Alan, lost in storm and spray. My star-eyed bride of Alinor, the cruel fate took away. White swan feathers flutter from her ivory bridal gown. An unsung vow slipped from her lips, eager to be found. A star-eyed bride of Alinor, gone beneath the waves. A star-eyed bride of Alinor, the sea became her grave.
Do not waste my time. What?
Greetings, Walker. How good it is to see a fellow newcomer. This one grows tired of serving these dungy high elves. Unclawed dandies make my tail bristle. But my words wander. What can Nadoni do for you? Dueling sword. Yes, a fine selection. This one has just the thing. A needle-sharp blade wrought from the finest glass. I took it from the lord of this house. Do not judge, it pays me. Nothing fair is fair, yes? It can be yours for the right price.
Bless us with children, our mother above. Praise we know such.
Can we look through their things?
I don't care what anyone else says. Onganil makes the best roasted haunch in Somerset.
The Rite Master continues to seek the memories that were forgotten or altered by the Ceaseload's mind magic. I still find it hard to believe that they actually compelled him to steal the heart of transparent law. We need to warn the Sapiarchs. He's frustrated by the situation. He hates that the Ceaseload got the better of him and that he can't remember. The Conclave is working with him to restore his memories, while we go to warn the Sapiarchs about the threat to the Crystal Tower. No, I doubt Keturah's magic could reach Artaeum once it was removed from the world. I think that's why the Rite Master hid the island in the first place. If not for the Abyssal Pearl, Keturah would never have been able to exert its influence again. While I head to Lilendril, and you secure the Proxy Queen's permission, the Rite Master had another task for Oriandra. He asked her to seek out the Eye of the Queen Razumdar. He wants to make sure the Eye is kept informed about the situation.
Here to see what the buzz about Huz is all about?
I heard the High Elves here had amazing hair remedies. Nothing worked quite yet, but I'm still looking.
I cannot believe one of these newcomers tried to pickpocket me. When I tried to lecture him on the nature of moral compunction, he ran off. The nerve.
See something you like? Feel free to take a good long look.
What? What? Need to see the wares? Go ahead.
Greetings.
Well?
Well, look what the sea washed ashore. Another one of our interesting visitors. Your gold and valuables will be treated with the same care as any high elves. You have my word. You do use gold as a currency where you come from, don't you?
Time is gold, so don't waste mine. What do you need?
Oh my, you're one of the newcomers. I wish I had time to chat, but there's so much to do, so much to do. Find me later, though. I'd love to ask you questions about who you are and where you came from.
My time is precious. Hmm?
Listen round, I've a warning to sound about an overgrown.
Yes?
I mean to forebode, but this little ode is a lesson you best heed. Now a story unfolds upon a pitiful mortal.
We have nothing more to discuss. Give your...
Do not let our Nilo bother you. He merely makes certain no one causes me any trouble. However, I would recommend you not cause me any trouble.
to Sam about
Going inside? Try not to soil the carpet. They get so upset about little things like that.
is a lesson you best heed. Now a story unfolds upon a pitiful morning.
I've got a lot to do here.
Give me a second. I need healing.
These beasts.
Fairly met, newcomer. Wait, you're the one who was harassing Lyrindel earlier. I presume you've come to talk about this business with the orc. The ruins, eh? A good enough place as any to put that witless oaf in his place. You do know that Lyrindel has fought and won some 80 duels, don't you? No matter. Lyrindel grudgingly accepts this challenge. We shall meet you near the ruins.
I heard your ridiculous challenge. We'll be along presently.
Would be nice to get a drink or two.
There's my favorite second. Feels like I've been warming these knuckles up for hours. So, what's the story? That scrawny prig accept my challenge? Just look at this sword. I couldn't kill a squirrel with this thing. And this is a name? Looks like somebody's grocery list. Ah, it doesn't matter. I'll improvise.
I formally present Lyrindel, cherished son of the Nivulero, to accept the orc Rogazog's challenge. So, ready to watch Lyrindel skewer your friend? Skewer may be too harsh a word. We're only fighting to first blood, of course. But then again, accidents do happen. And to whom do you issue this challenge? I'm afraid you'll have to be more specific. Go on. So, and to whom do you... Go on. Go on. Ah, there we are. Was that really so hard? Lyrindel accepts Rogazog's challenge and stands ready to fight. I trust your thick-headed friend is duly prepared.
Let's get this over with, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that. Come here, fancy pants. Ha! By Malakat, that felt good. You know, I never punched a high elf before. Felt like punching a pillowcase full of pudding. Almost feel bad for the little runt. Almost. Huh. Yeah, normally I'd put on a show, but this was personal. Honestly, I took it easy on him. If I'd really poured it on, he'd be breathing through his ear hole. Anyway, thanks for all the help. You ever need somebody knocked out, you let me know, huh? Think I'll stick around a while. Great view, huh? Sore knuckles, a stiff salt breeze. Huh. You know what? I take it all back. Somerset's not so bad after all.
How undignified! Clubbing a mer over the head with his fist! This orc is a savage! Please don't tell him I said that.
Much to do.
Hey there! Welcome!
Hail.
I could use a break.
I'm busy. Very busy.
On a pitiful mold 'twas made to thrive on wrath. This unsightly staff was a trickster's last laugh, long after his battle was fought.
Hail.
The sundering, if you were wondering, when the heaven dropped out of the sky, they...
Greetings.